I have my brother here with me because he kind of can speak to that fact that the people who live with somebody who have a chronic illness, they pick up a lot of slack for that person. They deal with a lot of things. It's difficult to deal with somebody who's not feeling well, or who is very unpredictable and unreliable at times, or frankly can have really strange like moods and stuff.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'll let him speak to that.
You think you're not actually that useful when you're trying to help them out, but to them it actually means a lot more when you're just going, even a small thing like, can you go fill up my water bottle, I'm thirsty, you know. They don't want to get up, they don't want to have to go downstairs and do that, and it's not a lazy thing, it's just that they're in pain. I mean, if you were in pain, you'd want the same thing. So going down, filling up their water bottle, getting a book, getting, you know, a little bit of food or something, it really means a lot at that moment. You don't have to do this some huge grand scheme thing. In fact, most of the time they don't want a big grand scheme thing, because that's going to stress them out. That's going to, you know, heighten pressure. All of the things. Yeah, it's too much pressure. Remembering that your time is a part of their time. You got to be available for them and there to help them. Definitely, you can't be selfish during those times. And if you are selfish, you got to change something. You know. So.
Yeah. When we're feeling well, we really just want to do it ourselves, if possible, because it makes us feel more like we're people, like we're contributing and doing stuff. But when we're feeling sick, we really do need that help, and we need it without grudging, because we feel bad enough about not being able to help and contribute. If somebody is like acting like we're just trying to be lazy or something like that, it's hurtful, because we really can't do any more than what we're doing.
When they're emotionally compromised, it's not usually something against you. No. It's almost always something they feel like they're losing their worth. That's what they feel like. They feel like they're losing their worth, and they want to help. They want to do something about it. They want to like be able to go and do it themselves. They feel bad about having someone else going and do it.
Because our moods can change so quickly, because chemicals are like playing haywire in our bodies, and pain is like just having a field day. We are very changeable, and sometimes we can be a little bit like over emotional or overreact to things. And to have another person who's also very stress reactive in the situation is just, it compounds it. But when we have a person who is really non-stress reactive, who's just very calm, that helps so much, because we gotta have somebody who's stable in this situation. That really helps a lot.
You gotta be flexible, really. You have to be flexible. Realizing that there's somebody there that needs more than you need. You gotta kind of put aside those wants. And for me, it was getting past that obstacle of, oh, I want this, oh, I want that, you know, too bad for them. You can't do that.
There are people who can just be like, oh, let's jump in a car and we're going to go hike, or we're going to go do this or that, and then realize that there's that one unreliable, chronically ill person who just kind of blows the whole plan out of, like, oh, nope, can't happen today, you know. Today he wanted me to be his ride to a photo shoot, and it would have been really fun, but
it didn't work out that way, and so I had to get somebody else to do it. I mean, and it wasn't even really it wasn't a big deal for me, because I was still going, but I know
there have been times where you haven't been able to go at all, because that was your only ride.
And you gotta realize that you know, I'm not saying don't rely on someone who's chronically ill at all. That just makes them feel even more
useless.
Yeah, useless. You know, you can rely on
them flexibly.
Right, flexibly.
There's a certain sense in which the person who's close to the chronically ill person really has to dig down and limit their own lifestyle in order to help the person who's chronically ill. It's like, oh, okay, well, we can't go out today, let's watch a movie together. You know, like that's about all that person can do at the moment. Okay, that's what you do, you know.
It's just a give and take situation, and it's probably never going to be even. It's probably not going to feel even.
But that doesn't mean that the chronically ill person doesn't have something valuable to give as well.
And you definitely want to make them feel like they've got something valuable to give.
Because they probably do.
Yep. If it's just themselves, be happy for that. Make them feel like who they are, they're special to you.